What? And we are live. Happy Thursday, beautiful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where in the world you are tuning in to. Y'all already know what to do. Comment down below, hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're catching this on the replay. Y'all, today could be our last training of the year. Could be, it may be. But today we're going to get into 3 profit leaks keeping you from scaling your Facebook group. Now, if you are new to my Lord, if you're new to my face and my voice, I am Alante Collier, founder of this community, timer CEO, and founder of Streamline and Scale, where we are a full service operations management agency focusing on 3 things: scaling profits, increasing impact, and sustaining success. And today, y'all, we have our community lead, Miss Gilda, rocking with us today, who's going to be helping us dive into all of these different profit leaks. I know a lot of you out there right now are either, actually, let me go ahead and poll the group, and then Gilda, you can go ahead and kick it off. But
Okay.
comment down below a number 1, y'all, if you currently have a Facebook group of your own. And then comment down the number 2 if you're thinking about creating your own Facebook group in the near future. And while you guys are doing that, go ahead, Gilda, kick it on off. Let us know who you are.
So, as you guys know, 90% of the time, the person that is behind the messages is me. So, a lot of the questions that I do see are around, how to get that right group of people, how to align your group with your people, those dream clients that you have. So the best way, as you guys know, for me, it's all about analogy. So let's have Mr. X. Mr. X has his group. He's had it for some time now, let's say 2 years, and he's had a ton of traffic that's been coming to his group from his ads. But for some reason, the people that are coming to his group aren't necessarily the people that are aligned with what he wants, that he's not getting the right amount of calls coming in, and the calls that he's getting aren't really closing. So we're trying to figure out what is it that is disconnecting the 2 things, and that will lead us to talking about what that pain is. What is it that is really driving the person to not be aligned with their message?
Get it.
And
Yes. And that right there, we're going to kick it off with that. But let me first say hello to y'all tuning in. Hello, Musy. I love it. We have some people that already have Facebook groups of their own. We have some that are getting ready to create their own. I love that. So with that example of Mr. X, right? He has his Facebook group. He's running traffic to the Facebook group. But oftentimes, right, one of the first problems that a lot of people run into is all of these people in the Facebook group are not even my type of people. They're not targeted. They're not qualified. They're not quality, right? So this becomes a problem that if you're one of those people, you're doing trainings in the group every single week, or you're pushing out content every so often and you get crickets, you get no engagement, you don't really get any comments or any conversations to start from that. That's a first red sign that, okay, something could be off, right? All of these people coming in the group, but there's nothing happening from that, right? That's one instance that could happen. But also, right, there's some people, when it comes to Facebook groups, right, a lot of people focus on the group size and not necessarily the group quality, right? And that was honestly one of the mistakes that I focused on way back when. If you guys have been a part of this community, if you guys are part of one of the OGs from way back when, you've seen this community grow to 1,100 plus members, to when we cleaned out, 700 members early this year, and now we're sitting around 500 or so, right? And there's a reason for that. But for those of you right now that have a Facebook group, right, I want to know who out there right now is running ads to your Facebook group. Let me know if that's you. Just comment down below the word ads if you're running ads to your group. And if you're not, let me know right now if you're growing your group organically. Maybe you're sending invites to your network, or in your conversations, you're sending a link to your Facebook group, right? What are some of the ways right now that you guys are growing your Facebook group? Let me know in the comments down below. Someone said organically. I love it. Okay, organic. Okay. We have organic members here. Okay. So we're kind of going to go off of that, right? So those of you who are right now growing your group organically, what are some of the things that you're doing right now? Are you posting content on a consistent basis? Are you, let's see, are you sending in, like, what are some of the things that you're doing right now with your Facebook group that's not necessarily working for you? Because this is going to be an interactive kind of session today, because I want to not just give you guys the information, but I want to kind of work through the challenges that you guys are having, because at the end, we're going to give you guys a gift that you'll be able to hopefully solve a bit of those challenges, and hopefully build a framework around your community that will allow you to start closing clients, generating cash flow, right? But let me know, what are some of the challenges right now that you guys are seeing from having a Facebook group, inviting people from conversations that I'm having each day. And from there, they invite their friends. Okay, I like that. What else? What else are some ways you guys are growing your group? And while you guys are typing, let's kind of talk more about, you touched on this a little bit, Gilda, some of what these kind of leads to, right? When you're inviting people to the group, they join the group, or when you're running ads to the group, they're joining the group, and you're booking calls, right? So the whole goal of a community, first and foremost, let's kind of start there, right? The whole purpose of having a Facebook group is to have a community where you have a group of, I don't like saying like-minded people, because I like having people who don't necessarily think the way I do, so that fosters that iron sharpens iron community. However, with your Facebook group, like, you're bringing together people who's in alignment with the mission, who all want the same end goal, right? Who's all wanting to learn, who's all wanting to kind of get those same results that you kind of teach on, that you provide, things like that. So the whole purpose of a Facebook group is not to have a Facebook group and use it as a hobby, right? Because a lot of us, we're not on Facebook just to spend hours in the Facebook group, spend hours in Messenger, just spend hours pushing out content, going like, no, there's a method to the madness, right? And someone else said, post a link on my Facebook page. That's good. That's good. So in starting and understanding the reason why we have a Facebook group, now let's kind of see, how can we start monetizing this community? What are some of the things that we need to be on the lookout for, right? And so the very first thing is, let's focus on, who is your group for, right? Your Facebook group isn't for every single person in your network. Your Facebook group isn't for every single person you come across, right? Your Facebook group has a common goal, a common mission, a common look, a common feel, a common vibe, right? And there's that saying that your vibe builds your tribe here. Okay. So one of the things that we kind of look for when we're either sending traffic to the group or we're inviting people to the group is, we have a set of criteria. We have like a 5 checklist kind of thing, that even when people are requesting to join the community, if they don't fit these boxes, we're not letting them in, right? If I'm, having conversations with people and I'm thinking, okay, this person could be a good fit for the community, I want to make sure that before I bring this person into the rest of the community, right, that they're a good fit, that they're going to enhance the quality of the community of what we have in place. They're going to add value. They're going to get value. They're going to circulate the wealth, right? And also join us on this mission of bridging this global wealth gap. I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking here, but Gilda, if you have anything that you wanted to add on, absolutely go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. You said a lot of it. We really scrutinize a little bit the process of how is it that we get the people into the group, and the rules are very important. They clearly leave very little room for misinterpretation in the process. And that's really what you want. You want the people to really understand what is it that they're going to get from being here, what is it that is expected of them, and that at the end of the day, if they can't follow, then they can't stay. So that makes it really clear. Also, the stuff that we post, we make it so it is available to everyone, and that it is aligned with what people want and need at the moment for being here with us. And a lot of the times I find that the name that we add to our groups. I'm not great with the names and everything like that, but the titles that we put for our groups also are a reflection of what we want the group to be. Like for us, it's Time Rich CEO, and a lot of the people know right away. It's time and being rich are two of the big components here. So we're trying to find ways to circulate the wealth and to give you back your time. So you have to make sure that the name that you give your group is a reflection of what you want, because it's going to attract the people that you want in your group as well.
Yeah.
So that's a really big, significant problem that a lot of people do have, and that affects how the traffic comes into the group. A lot of times people are biased by what they see initially, and if the name does not attract them, then they're not going to get in the group.
Absolutely, absolutely. And y'all tuning in live and catching this on a replay, I want to make sure that we can take our time today and really go through this information. Do I have y'all permission? Can we take our time today and go through this training to really help y'all understand what these 3 profit leaks are that's stopping you from scaling your Facebook group, and how to go ahead and plug them so that going forward, you scale in a way that's going to give you that ROI that you want from all of the time and energy that you're in, the money that you're putting into your Facebook group. Yes, I love it. Thank you. So the first profit leak that we're hinting at right now, and this is honestly the biggest profit leak, that if you do not get this right, then everything else that you do going forward is going to be a challenge. And the first profit leak, y'all, is traffic. Okay, that's who you're allowing in the Facebook group. That's who the Facebook group is for. That's the members that's composed in your Facebook group. Because if right now you're not sending the right kind of traffic into your Facebook group, then all of the calls that you're booking with these people, guess what's going to end up happening? You're going to have a lot of no-shows. You may have, even if, for example, you're sending ads to the Facebook group and people are joining, you have your membership questions designed in a way that when people say a certain yes or no to a certain question, you reach out to book a call. Well, let's say, for example, these people book a call. Well, what I end up seeing, right, on the prospect side is that a lot of these people are booking calls with no idea with what the person is, what the business does, what kind of value they can offer, right? So a lot of these calls end up being no-shows. How many of you all right now, put a 4 down below in the comments. How many of you all right now have been booking calls with people that don't just show up for the calls? There's a lot of no-shows right now, right? As a rule of thumb, your no-show rate when it comes to the calls that you're booking should be 25% and under. Meaning for every 4 calls that you're booking, the most, right, that you want to have of no-shows is at least one, right? So one of every 4 calls can be a no-show, but the remaining 3 can start, hopefully this is making sense. The remaining 3 will actually show up to the calls. But if you're booking a lot of calls and you have a lot of no-shows, then this is only going to hurt you, because now you have time wasted. You have people booking spots that they're not showing up, that someone else who may have gotten so much value from just speaking with you could have gotten, right, from that call, right? How many of you all right now are experiencing something like that? And even if you're not, even if, for example, you may not have a lot of no-shows right now, you could be still stuck in the same, you could be hitting like an income cap when it comes to your strategy that you're using with your Facebook group, right? Let me know. Talk to me, y'all, because this is going to be as beneficial as you guys talk to us, okay? But with this first profit leak, with traffic, right? If you're not sending the right kind of people into your group, then it doesn't matter how fire your content is. It doesn't matter how many conversations you have with the people, right? It's like you're talking to a brick wall. So traffic is one of those things that you have to have like a gatekeeper. You have to protect that. You have to be so intentional about who you're sending traffic to, or what kind of people you're sending to the group, right? Traffic is everything, okay? And with traffic, you have a traffic problem. Again, if the engagement in your group is low, if the people in your group are just not a fit for your services, or not even your target audience, if you're booking calls and they're not going anywhere, if you're booking calls and it's a lot of no-shows, right? These are some of the kind of symptoms of having a traffic problem, right? Which is a huge profit leak in your business. And so one of the things, again, that what we do to prevent this is, one, your Facebook presence, your Facebook group presence says everything from the name of your group to the cover photo that you're using, to the description that you have, so the welcome post if you have one, right? These all add up to whether or not someone is going to make that decision to join your group. Because here's what I don't think a lot of people understand that, but when it comes to your Facebook, let's talk about the title, right? SEO matters in the Facebook world as well, because when people are searching for different communities that they want to be a part of, they're going into the Facebook search bar and they're searching for specific keywords. And in those keywords, that's going to bring up a certain number or a certain list of Facebook groups that's then recommended for someone to be a part of. But if your Facebook group isn't even titled that way, if your Facebook group in the name, it doesn't have any indication about what you do, what your business is, what services you offer, then how can, your Facebook group be set up for success? It really starts there before you start sending traffic into the group. Okay. Let me know if that's making sense so far, y'all. Gilda, did you want to add on anything onto that, the traffic piece at all?
Absolutely. On top of all of that, you brought it up from a positive standpoint, but I'm going to bring it up from a negative standpoint, and that is your questions. If you don't have the right kind of questions, or you don't have any questions at all, that is also going to be a problem, because if you don't, then you don't know if they even want help in the first place. How would they know if you don't have that written up in a question? Or if you don't ask for an email, how can you follow up with your clients moving forward to make sure that you're warming them up and continue moving forward, so then you could get them onto a call? Yeah. Or is there a way that you could provide them a service that is not going to cost them anything right now, but it's going to give them that key point for them to really understand that this is what you do and this is how you can help them out? Yeah. So being able to really have those questions in place, or just giving them that direction, will also help you be able to get not only those calls in place, but give you an indicator of where your clients are and how to move them into a call.
Absolutely. 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 So we're going to wrap up this first part, and that's, again, traffic. So when it comes to traffic is one of the biggest profit leaks that I see with people that have Facebook groups. A lot of my clients right now are going into, or they've had challenges with their own Facebook group, because either they've made a pivot, they've rebranded, and now their Facebook group is no longer for their new target audience that they're focusing on. Yeah. But one thing to kind of take away from this target piece, y'all, is 3 things to look out for with your Facebook group. Number 1, what does your Facebook group online presence look like? From the name to the cover photo to the about, the description and the welcome post. What does that look like? If your dream client wants to come across your Facebook group, right, and be able to click that join button, is your online presence, is it set up in a way that's attractive, that will go ahead, that resonates with them? That's first and foremost. Number 2 is, Gilda just said it, the membership questions, right? A lot of people don't necessarily pay as much attention to the membership questions as they could, because your membership questions is what is going to start driving out the sequence of, okay, what kind of people are joining the group and what kind of follow-up sequence, what kind of nurture sequence is going to follow them, right? There's cell psychology that goes into having membership questions, right? A lot of them right now, I've been doing a lot of, I won't call them audits, but I've been looking at a lot of people's membership questions and telling them how much money they're leaving on the table, because just from your questions alone, I can tell whether your group is targeting those whose problem focused or solution driven, because of the very words you're using in your membership questions, right? For example, one question could be more so, you want to maybe know who is joining your group, right? For example, if you're in the service-based industry and your clients are coaches, you may want to make sure that when people are joining your group, hey, are you a coach? What kind of coach are you? If you work with certain type of coaches, right? If you're more so working with people and helping them on the finances side, you may want to know right now, what are some of their revenue goals, where they're currently at, where they're trying to get to, right? Because this is is really gearing you up and pre-qualifying the traffic that you're sending to the group. Okay, so that's your Facebook group online presence. That's the membership questions. I want to make sure I didn't skip anything on the traffic piece. I believe that's it. That's it. So now getting into the second profit leak, and this is content, right? Content is king. Content brings cash flow. Content is everything. But again, there's a method to the madness, because you do not have to post content every single damn day if you don't want to. I don't even post content in my own group every single day. You do not have to go live in your own damn group every single day if you don't want to. You don't have to be online every day if you don't want to, right? The thing about content is that there are certain types of content that's going to bring out the low-hanging fruit in your group. There's certain types of content that's going to just hit where it hurts. It's going to resonate, right, with the people that it needs to, right? There's certain type of content that's going to talk to your audience in a way that's going to get them off the fence to take action, right? And if your content right now is not doing that, if your content right now is just talking to crickets, you're not even getting any likes and loves. Not saying likes and loves are good metrics, but if your content is just landing on deaf ears, then that right there is a sign that, okay, something's off with my content, and your content could be a profit leak in your business. Because the way that our content works is right now we have a freemium business model. You guys are in this group because we give a lot of value for free. We do a lot of trainings, a lot of interviews, we give a lot of resources, and there's a reason to that. There's a strategy behind that. But most people are just giving, posting inspiration, posting motivation, posting conversation starters, but all roads aren't really going anywhere, right? And that's a problem, because again, we're not running a charity, y'all. Having a Facebook group isn't a hobby. It's still a business at the end of the day. So even if your strategy deals with, whatever content thing that you have, what's the next step? Where is it taking these people? Because starting from the membership questions, there's 3 types of people who's going to join your Facebook group. There's the first one who's going to join your Facebook group and want support right away, want to hop on a call and go ahead and buy your services. There's someone else who's joining your group who may have heard about you from somewhere, and they're just trying to check you out, right? They just want to see if the vibe is right. They just want to get a feel of your teaching, your style, how you interact with the community, right? That's the second type of person. The third type of person is someone who could be a collaboration partner, someone who could be a referral partner from you, right? So when you know that there's these 3 different types of people joining your group, then there's 3 different types of sequences that follows each different type of person, right? And this stems from the membership questions. So for example, if our membership questions are designed in a way that once they answer all 3, we know exactly what kind of conversation we need to have with them. If, for example, that first person who joins the group and they want support right away, Gilda's like, hey, I love that you have this goal, and I saw that you're open for some, for some support. Do you want to go ahead and hop on a 15-minute call this for next week? It's really easy because they're a hand raiser. They're letting you know they want support, right? Your membership questions already pre-qualified them. And then once they join the group, the content is set up where it's selling for you. So by the time you're on the call, it's a done deal.
Not only that, 9 out of 10 times, they're very active in the group. They're eating everything that you have up real quick, and sometimes I don't even have to send them the message. They're already messaging me before I even get to invite them to the group or actually get them into a message. So that that's the right kind of person that you want, and that they're going to be there on the call, and they're going to be very excited about what they're going to be getting.
Yes. Absolutely. Right. And again, keep in mind, there's 3 different types of people that's joining a group. So those that don't want to hop on a call, that's fine, because guess what? We have content in place that's going to nurture them. Right. The thing about Facebook group is that you can post content one time, and you can post content and give everyone value. And so they can dive into your content at whatever day and time they want to, because it's available for them. So for the second type of person who's joining the group, if they're just joining because they want to fill us out, that's perfectly fine. guess what our sequence is? Gilda is going ahead and talking to them and learning more about, okay, so what is your business again? We're building rapport, right? We want to actually build a relationship with the people in our group. We want to know you outside of the business, and then of course know your business goals. And then from that, we can then tag you in maybe a training we've had. We can send you a resource that we have. Our whole goal is to get you off the damn fence and to get you one step closer to your goal. That's our only goal, our only intention. Okay. So one thing to keep in mind about the second profit lead is which is content, is that keep in mind that your content needs to focus and be designed and strategized in a way where it's catering to the different types of people joining your group. Okay, your content shouldn't just be you just spamming and just talking about hop on a call with me. Like, actually give something, right? Serve. Allow people to actually tap into what your framework is. Get a feel for your style. Get a feel for what kind of results they can expect in working with you, because your Facebook group can do 80% of the selling for you. Y'all, I promise, this is why a lot of people right now are having such a hard time getting that ROI from their Facebook group, because they're just giving so much and doing all these different things without yet thinking about the next step, without thinking about the end goal. A lot of what we do is reverse engineering. We first think about, okay, we know we want these kind of people in our group. We know we're going to have these kind of people joining our group. So now let's do some reverse engineering and meet them where they are. And when you can meet them where they are, then that allows you to go so much further. Okay.
I know we've had conversations. Well, I've had conversations where I'm in the back end and I have people that are trying to sell me immediately. There's no hello, how are you doing? How's, can I get to know a little bit more about your business? Like, hey, nice to meet you. Be kind to me. Here's a blurb. I'm going to vomit on top of you what my content is. Join my group. Here's my booking link. And I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, you just literally vomited 3 paragraphs in front of me without even getting a hello out of me. And you expect me to want to join what you have. I really don't understand what your content is providing. I really don't understand what is it that you do. And you think that I'm going to book just because you're telling me to book.
Yeah.
Well, I just laugh through those most of the time. And, find a way to not be rude about it, because half the time I don't even want to respond to something like that. Yeah. But the reality is that it just makes for a very uncomfortable experience, and you're going to get a lot of people that aren't going to want to work with you because you're being so pushy about it, instead of kind of meeting them in the middle and just trying to freely understand who your person is and how you really could help them out at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know if a lot of people kind of understand, because we've been on Facebook for years now. And so historically, where Facebook has kind of came from and this whole kind of buzz started from was back in the day when people started running ads. Back in the day when running ads to Facebook groups was profitable, right? The way they were doing that was they would run ads to maybe VSL, which is a video sales letter or a webinar. And then from this webinar, someone will book a call. And then from there, they'll have like an email follow-up sequence. And if the people already book a call, they'll go ahead and see, do you want to work together or not? Move forward, X, Y, and Z. Here's the problem with that method that I see that now has transition into organic traffic. The problem is that these methods were designed to only focus on the fast action buyers, meaning regardless of what you have going on, 3% of your audience is going to be ready to buy from you right here and right now, right? But what about the other 97%? That's what those running ads and inorganic traffic is all about, because they only focus on the 3%. That's why it's a numbers game. So in a pool of maybe 1,000 leads, maybe you may have 3% of them. You may have maybe 10% of them book a call, but then 3% of them are ready to move forward, right? But when running ads like that, and because it's a numbers and volume game, that's why you have to dump 2K, 3K. I've seen up to 10 and 15K each and every month from running ads to a group just to get, those quality clients and to get the cash flow. The reason why I'm such an advocate, and I will always be an advocate for organic traffic, is because we don't just focus on the 3% of people that want to take action right away. We have a sequence for, again, every different type of person who's joining the group. So yes, the 3%, that's like, yes, hop on a call, let's work. But the others, we're like, okay, you just want some more information. There's some additional touch points we need to have. Maybe we'll follow up 30, 60, 90 days from here. But we already know going into the conversation what's happening, where we're taking this, right? Where we're driving these conversations to. Okay. Awesome music. Oh, thank you. So sweet. Thank you. So we just covered traffic is the biggest profit leak. Content is another huge profit leak. Now let's get into conversations. Ooh, conversations. I don't know which one is bigger. I really think because if your content isn't right, if your traffic isn't right and your content is, then your conversations aren't going to go anywhere. So I think after traffic, probably conversations is like the second biggest. But anyway, with conversations, this is more so when you're building rapport and you're getting ready to take those interested people to the next level and offer your services, right? So what most people do is they follow a script, or they may post. I don't know. What have you seen that most people do when it comes to the kind of conversations that they're having with their Facebook group members? Gilda, what have you seen?
Well, like I was saying before, those generic, really big in your face messages that is just, they're throwing content onto you without really doing any engagement. I get a lot of those. Mm-hmm. Then you get others that are a little bit warmer to the touch, but they don't want to spend a lot of time on the DMs. So they'll just want to make sure that you're alive and that you're moving. And then they go right away and throw, whatever the group, the booking link, whatever, to try to get you onto a call right away. Mm-hmm. And there's very few people that are the way that we are that really take their time to really nurture the person and really get to understand what their needs are, so then we could give them exactly what they need, versus it being that the other way around, that we're just trying to get the call in and then pray that what we're getting is going to be the right kind of person. So we just really focus exclusively on understanding what their pain points are. So then by the time you get them on a call, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And I make sure that my notes are really detailed to really address that. So then you're going into the conversation understanding what the person needs and how you can help them further, versus going into a conversation trying to warm up to understand who the person is before you get to that pain point. You're wasting time. Instead of making a conversation that is 10 to 15 minutes long, you're going to end up in a 45-minute conversation, which I also find a lot of people book into is 45-minute conversations. Who wants to be on a conversation for 45 minutes to really understand who your person is, versus really getting that all squared away in a DMs, and then really going into the conversation, understanding who your person is, what they want, and just focusing exclusively on how you can help them out.
Yes. There's something you said that I wanted to touch on, but I'm losing my train of thought. But in the meantime, with conversations, y'all, so we have a 7-step process with our conversations, because again, our goal isn't to get every freaking person on the call, because for me, a lot of the times I don't really talk to people until they have a call with me. So I don't want to talk to people that we're just sitting here and there's just nothing I can do for you. So there's a process that we have in place with our conversations, right? The whole point is to drive your conversation somewhere and somewhere quickly. So in these conversations, there's a couple of things that we have to look out for to see if we're in a place to go ahead and take it offline, if it makes sense for both you and me, right? And then once we take things offline, then chances are I'm in a position to either help you or I can connect you with someone who can, right? But what I've seen, and I've done this as well, is that a lot of people have conversations and interrogate their members in the DMs, asking them all kind of questions you could have asked them in the membership questions. Like, what do you do? What's your goal? What are you working on? Any new exciting projects? All these different things that people don't like answering and spending hours and weeks in the DMs having conversations, right? Again, there's a method to the madness. So when you're having these conversations with your group members, number one, your goal is always to build rapport. Building rapport, you're finding some kind of mutual ground so that you can see if the vibe fits, you have that connection, and that connection is then going to open up and segue into, now let's get a snapshot of what's currently going on with your operations, what's currently going on with your business in your life. And then from that, right, you have to create a safe space, because what we do in operations, we all up in your business, y'all. With operations, like, we're asking some very uncomfortable questions, because a lot of the times, a lot of business owners are going through and running their business with things they never really thought about. So because what we do is so personal, and because we're so into someone's business and how they run their back end, we first have to establish some kind of trust. How do you establish trust? Build rapport, find mutual ground, right? And from that, then that will then open up the conversation of, okay, absolutely, let's hop on a call and I'll tell you everything you need to know, because when I'm being honest what's going on with the business, then me and my team can then recommend your next best step. Okay. I want to make sure that those who are still tuning in live with us and catching us on a replay, if this is making sense for you, comment down below the number 3 if you're still here with us, if you're still rocking with us, if this is making sense, okay, about conversations. And while you guys are doing that, just to kind of put things into perspective, communities isn't something new for businesses, right? If you look at Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels, and you look at even some of your favorite brands and businesses that you follow, a lot of them have communities, whether it's a Facebook group or a Telegram chat or a WhatsApp. Like, communities is not a foreign term, right? And the reason why is because communities is what is going to breed you, is what is going to set you up for recurring cash flow. That's going to allow you to become famine proof, so that during the next recession, you won't be affected, because you have a community who's waiting for the next support that you're willing to offer. Or you can simply tap in and ask, hey guys, what do you have going on? How can I support you? What challenges do you have coming up? Or what challenges are you experiencing right now? Right? You'll always be in a position to get a sale by having a community. But what stops a lot of people from doing anything with this community is we call it a client acquisition system. There's no system built around that, right? There's no way of, how do you send in traffic? How much traffic do you send in, right? What do you do with this traffic? How many calls can you expect from the traffic that you're sending? And from the calls you're having, how many clients can you expect to close from that, right? When you have a system built around your community, this is what is going to give you that predictability in your revenue. This is going to give you that consistency that you're looking for, and what you need to do every day to manage your community, how you need to grow it, how you need to monetize. It's going to answer a lot of the questions that a lot of you all have. And just to kind of bring things home and recap that, it all comes down to step number one, send targeted traffic into your Facebook group. Step number 2, make sure that you pre-qualify this traffic, either with your membership questions, with your content, whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you pre-qualify this traffic, it's setting you up to then convert this traffic into happy paying clients. And that is as simple as we can keep it. That's as simple as we can break it down, y'all. Everything else is just fluff and just extra shit, right? When you understand the principles, traffic, content, conversations, that's what equals cash flow. That's it, okay? Everything else, how often you need to post, doesn't really matter if your content hits, right? What you need to post is what this the question you should be asking, not how often you should be posting. Because how often, my consistency will look different from your consistency. Back when I was getting the business off the ground, I was posting every damn day. Now I just don't want to. So now I post maybe 2-3 times a week, and that gets the job done because, again, we have a system built around that. So you just need to figure out how you're going to send traffic daily. You need to figure out how often you're going to post content and be consistent in what content to post that's going to resonate with your target audience. And number 3, the kind of conversations you're having, so that you take all of these content, all of these members, and you do something with it. That's it. Everything else that you guys are hearing, all these different plug and play and templates and all that, that is what's going to cloud your brain, cloud your mind, and get you into this, what do they call it? Paralysis, where now you just don't know what to do. You don't do anything. And now your group is collecting dust. And your community, our Facebook group is our biggest sales asset to this day, and it has been this way since 2020. And the reason why is because of everything that we just told you here today. Okay. What, if you guys have any questions at all over anything that we talked about today, over the 3 profit leaks, over any challenges that you guys are experiencing, now is your time to ask. Go ahead and drop your questions down below. Gilda, and we have a couple more things before we wrap up, but did you want to add on anything to this part?
No, you pretty much cleared it up. And, it makes it, once you figure out what the client acquisition system is, it makes it easier for you to track your metrics and figure out from month to month, what is it that you're doing to bring in your revenue and what things you need to do to move forward.
Yes. So now we can kind of talk about when you have these traffic and content and conversations, you're doing it right. What should you expect, right? How do you know that it's working? So we'll throw what our numbers are at you. We'll throw our numbers at you so you can kind of look out to what to expect. So right now, our system is built just with our current capacity that we grow our Facebook group by 40 to 60 new members every single month, right? So that's our target, anywhere from 40 to 60 new members a month. From these new members that we're getting from the targeted traffic that we're sending, keep in mind, all these 40 to 60 new members are all targeted traffic. We've already pre-qualified them. We've checked them off. They're good to go. Once they're in the group, then we know that we can get anywhere from 15 to 20 calls booked from this traffic that we're sending, right? And so from these calls, they could be either connection calls to see if a second call will make sense, or we go ahead and we offer that call to get them enrolled, right? So from these 40 to 60 new members, we're booking 50 to 20 calls every month, right? Then when you start looking at what your conversion rates are, then you can start, okay, our conversion rate, we close 1 out of every 2 calls. So we know that we close at least 3 clients every single month. But right now we're closing probably, I don't even know, up to 5. It's crazy. But with this number, what I'm trying to communicate is that when you have predictable traffic, 40, 60 members each and every month, 15, 20 calls every single month, and that's going to set you up for how many clients you can expect to close, how many sales you can add into the pipeline. And then it's just rinse and repeat every single month, okay? And that's literally the same game that we've been running every day, all year for the past 3 years now. And that's it. And we just get better and better. And eventually, I would love to tap into traffic. But right now, things are working so well. If we add in traffic, we'll lose our mind.
We're almost there.
We are, but these are some of the things that you can kind of expect, right? And so when you have this client acquisition system in place, you'll eliminate all of the no-shows that you may have right now from the calls that you're booking. You'll eliminate the unqualified leads right now who's joining the group that doesn't necessarily need to be in there. And you'll also eliminate the inconsistency in the income cap that you may have been stuck in for the past quarter, for the past year, right? These are the things, these are why you want to have a system built around your community, Okay. So last, I want to talk about what a day in a life looks like for us. So for me, what I do is kind of changing now. But what I do, or what I've done consistently, is on certain days throughout the week, I'll turn on traffic. So when I turn on the traffic, Gilda will then go ahead and pre-qualify this traffic. Yeah. She will then go ahead and see, okay, is this someone we need to continue chatting with? What do we do with this, right? When I'm sending her traffic and she's pre-qualifying the traffic, welcoming people into the community, she's going through building rapport, going through our process and getting them on the calendar. For me, I try to spend anywhere from about 30 minutes to an hour on Facebook every single day. And that's either I'm doing live trainings like this, or I'm tapping into conversations, or I'm just posting content and engaging, right? Then Gilda, you can just
I do anywhere between 2 and 4 hours, and it's engaging in the group, making sure that our new members, I have answered their questions. It gives me a predictor of what way the conversation is going to go. I check their backgrounds to make sure that they still qualify. Even though they sent the security questions, I still make sure that they're still a fit for us, because sometimes just answering the question isn't enough. So I'll pre-qualify them that way, check the friends request messages, ensure that they are good leads as well, send them initial messages, and then continue warming those clients that we already have had conversations with, to make sure that they are still in line to being qualified for a call.
Y'all, that's the game. That's it. That's it. How many of you all can spend, even if you don't have a team, right? Let's say, how many of you all can spend 2 hours a day on Facebook using this kind of system and getting that kind of predictability? Let's say, for example, let's just paint a picture. If you're currently crushing things solo dolo, you can realistically be on Facebook for maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, right? Doing, following our framework. And so you're on Facebook maybe 5 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day. You're getting anywhere from 40 to 60 new members joining your group. You're adding anywhere from 15 to 20 calls on your calendar, and you know what to do with those calls if you know how to close. How many of y'all can realistically do that? And if you have a team, then your day could be, you spend maybe 30 minutes a day on Facebook. Same thing, and your team handles the rest. This is something that will allow you to stop all the endless scrolling that you're doing on Facebook. Stop wasting hours on Facebook. Go ahead and get your cut off the money that do you know how much money Facebook is making off of us? Do you know you can get a cut of that? Right? Do you know you can really monetize and make a lot of money on Facebook? This is not a game. This is not a hobby. This is a business, okay? So if you're serious about this, if this is something that you're wanting to do, wanting to master, wanting to get a hold of, then we're getting ready to drop the playbook. The playbook that I pushed out, I think I talked about last week, we're getting ready to drop it and give it to those who already said that you wanted it. In this playbook, it's about a 25-page book that's going to give you all the information you need to know about Facebook groups, what to do with it, how to send targeted traffic, how to push out the right kind of content, and how to drive your conversations. If you haven't already told us that you want a copy of this playbook, go ahead and comment down below the word playbook, and we'll be sure to send that out your way. I think we're going to start sending that tomorrow morning. So please be sure that you get that, okay? But is there anything else that you want to add on, Gilda, before we close on out for today?
I'm good. Unless anybody has a question that they need answered, I'm good to go.
All right, y'all. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down below. Count me in. All right. I have to go back and see who this is, but we'll be sure to go ahead and get you a playbook. But y'all, if y'all don't have any questions, I love questions, y'all, and questions brings clarity. If y'all don't have any questions, going once, going twice. And we're going to go ahead and get ready to close on out for the day. Thank y'all for tuning in live, catching us on a replay. be on the lookout. We do have not just a playbook coming on now, but we do have a Black Friday special we'll be talking about next week, specifically for those who's wanting to take action and get their Facebook group under control and start monetizing that before the new year comes. But outside of that, y'all have an amazing rest of your, whatever day it is, rest of your week and weekend ahead. And we'll chat with you all soon.
Bye.
Take care.